everyone, welcome back to Yoga with Brittany. Today's flow is prenatal. So if you are anywhere in your pregnancy, first, second, third trimester, as long as you are cleared by your doctor, you are safe to practice with me today. I do have a couple recommendations. If you have a block, a bolster, a big fluffy pillow, any of the things, go ahead and grab those now. If not, we will make do. You can grab some sturdy Tupperware or we can just practice without. So whenever you're ready, I will meet you on your mat. Today we're going to start in a cross-legged position, as long as that's comfortable for you. This may be where your block or your pillow comes in handy. If you have a block, you can set your hips up, and that will just give you a little bit more space in the legs. Like I said, they're totally not needed. I will show you throughout this practice where you can use them. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get comfortable. Place your hands onto your laps. Place your hands onto your lap. Bring the shoulders down your back. Extend the crown of your head long and begin to close down the eyes. Just checking in before we get started with your flow, knowing that with pregnancy there can be a lot of aches and pains, there can be a lot of stress, anxiety. Of course, there's excitement, but there is all the unknowns as well. So we're going to take some time to release all of that today, and our collective intention for this practice will be creating space. So go ahead and take your left hand to the left side of your belly, your right hand to the right. You can put them around where you think baby may be. You can even put them a little lower if you're not sure. If you don't have a belly yet, that's okay. Just energetically sending love to the baby that is growing inside of you. Again, keep the shoulders away from the ears. We'll begin to breathe, breathing in through the nose. 2, 3, 4, and just sigh this one out. Again, breathe in through the nose. Make sure you can feel the hands rise with the belly. Let it go. Let's do one more just like that. Big breath in, fill up the chest, fill up the ribs, feel the belly expand all the way down to the pelvic floor, all the way to the toes, and sigh it out. So good. So with this collective intention of creating space, we are just letting baby know that now in our yoga practice, now in our homes, probably in our lives, and forever in the future, we will be creating space for this beautiful human you are creating, physically, mentally, spiritually. Feel the warmth of the hands on your belly. If you're further along, maybe you can feel baby move. If not, I know you can feel within you, sending all the love to baby. Go ahead and blink the eyes open. We're going to inhale both arms overhead. You can watch the fingers as they touch. On the exhale, we're going to take your left hand to the center of your mat. So generally, when we twist, we take our left hand towards the right knee and right hand behind you. However, when we have baby growing inside of us, we don't need to twist very deep. So left hand towards the center, right hand behind you, just a gentle twist. On the exhale, return to center. Sweep the arms up. And then exhale, right hand to center, left hand behind you. Still sitting up nice and tall, thinking length rather than depth here. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, this time take your hands to your low back, draw the elbows together, and just open up through the chest. Maybe you drop your head back. We're taking a very gentle seated back bend here, really just focusing on opening up the chest. One more inhale. Put the body on straight, and then we're going to roll through the shoulders. I'm going to remove my block. By all means, if you want to continue to sit on yours, you can. Shoulders up to the ears, down the back. Feel the opening in the chest. Do that again. Exhale, down. One more inhale, shoulders up. And exhale, down. Let's reverse that. Shoulders up to the ears. On the exhale, we're going to round forward, maybe even dropping the chest or the chin to the chest. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, round forward. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, round. And last little seated warm up here. We're going to work through the neck. So take your right hand and take your fingertips to your left temple. So your right hand's going to go over the head. Left hand is going to reach out to the left side as you gently draw your right ear towards your right shoulder. And you should already feel this stretch on the left side of the neck as you just very gently put some pressure on the head. And then play around with dropping the chin and lifting the chin. And just notice how that changes the stretch here for you. You can continue to walk the left fingertips out even further. Very good. And then slowly release. Right hand comes to the mat. Left fingertips reach up and over towards the right temple. And draw that left ear down towards the left shoulder. Find stillness first, and then begin dropping and raising the chin. Very good. Release the left fingertips. Now take both hands, interlace them behind your head, lift the chin, and drop the chin. So good. One more. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, drop the chin. Good. Now we'll go ahead and make your way into your tabletop position. So right away, stacking your elbows, your wrists, your shoulders all in one beautiful line, taking your knees about hips width distance. And I'm going to start with my toes tucked just because that feels good today. You can start however you would like. On the inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, spread through the collarbones. On the exhale, round, pressing everything away. Untuck the toes here if you would like. Inhale, open up to cow. Tuck the toes, arch through the spine. And exhale, round, pressing everything away. One more, just like that. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Press everything away. And then we'll come to this neutral table and we'll do what we call tail wags. So you're going to draw your left shoulder a little bit closer to your left hip. Feel the stretch in the right side body. And then switch it out. Right shoulder towards right hip. You can also add some movement here if you would like. Rocking back and forth. It's up to you. Just take a couple more in both directions. Loosening up the spine, the neck, the side body. So good. One more on each side. Good. We'll return to a neutral table. Go ahead and tuck the toes. Send the hips up and back for downward facing dog. We won't be here for too long, but I want you just to twist the hips left and right, shift the weight from one foot to the other, just loosen up the back body. Strong in both hands, so both sets of fingertips are rooting into the mat. And then we're going to find some stillness here, pressing your heels towards the mat, even if they get nowhere close, and pressing your belly towards your thighs. Drop your gaze in between your heels, and if your heels are planted into the mat and you have the space to fly all 10 toes off the mat, you can do so. If that's a lot for the back of the legs, don't do so. Just take what you need here. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale comes high onto the toes, and we're going to tippy toe to the top of our mat. So if you have a belly taking up some space already, I encourage you to practice with your feet a little bit wider than you would, especially when we're doing things like folding. With our prenatal flow, we may have to chop it up a little bit just to add props and take props away. So as we're in this forward fold here, if you are crushing belly at all, I want you to go ahead and grab your block or your sturdy Tupperware, whatever you have. Even if you can still wrap your hands around your calves, we're going to prioritize length in the spine rather than rounding so that belly has plenty of space. So I'm just shifting weight from one side to the other, waking up the legs. And then I'm going to take a half lift using my block here. And then on the exhale, I'm going to plant both hands, set my block to the side, and step my left foot back. Wiggle that right foot so that the ankle and the knee are in line, and then drop the left knee, untuck the toes. Again, if belly is taking up space, widen your stance a little bit. You will modify according to how much space you need in the front body here. Now start to actively draw your heel towards the left knee, almost as if you could bunch this mat up underneath you. Squeeze both sides of the pelvic floor together, and then sweep the arms high into an Anjaneyasana. So typically, if you can go super deep into this, I just want you to be gentle today. We have to be careful with this round ligament. You might get some pain there, and if you do, then back off. We're going to reach our chest up, drop the shoulders down the back. Maybe you can sink the hips a little bit closer to that right heel. Breathe in, think back bend. On the exhale, shift the hips back, plant the hands under the shoulders. Half split. Now draw the right toes towards the face. And then take your right hand to your low back, and you'll notice if your hips are in line. If not, tug that right hip crease back even further. Reach your chest towards the toes and see if you can fold just a bit. One more inhale and exhale. Walk the hands forward, and we're going to come into this 90-90. So if you need to nudge that left knee forward, you can do so. And then take your right hand to the top of the right thigh, followed by the left. So get your legs into this 90-90 position here. We're going to take both arms up, right out in front of you. Thumbs reach towards the ceiling. On the inhale, bring your right arm up past the ear and open into this T-twist. Now, we're not twisting very far. We're keeping the hips facing towards the front of the room, and we're going to do this with our breath. Inhale, back to the front. Exhale, T-twist to the right. Right arm reaches long behind you. Left fingertips reach to the front. Inhale, right arm forward. Last one. Exhale, right arm back. So we're just kind of working through the spine here. Drop the right hand. It can be weightless here on either your back or down the leg. Reach this left arm up and back like a reverse warrior. And then cartwheel the hands down, framing that right foot. Tuck the left toes, pick up the left knee, step that right foot back. Okay, so here's where I want you to come onto your knees. We're going to take a modified chaturanga. This is where also your bolster will come in handy. I will show you, because I don't have a bolster, with my pillow. I don't really love having to grab it every time I do this, but I want to show you your options. So on the inhale, you're going to shift the body forward so the shoulders pass the wrist, your knees are planted, and then as we lower, that bolster is just going to kind of give us a stopping point. Inhale to your upward facing dog or your cobra. Keep the glutes squeezing together, and if this is a lot on your low back, widen your knees. So inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, roll over the knees into a tabletop, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back. Breathe in. And let it go. So you can see how grabbing the bolster every time may be a pain in the hiney, but I wanted to show you your options. I'm going to set mine off to the side. All right, inhale, come high onto the toes, look in between the hands, and again, tippy toe to the top of your mat. We don't need to take these big steps or big hops. You want to be very careful with the pelvic girdle and keeping everything in line. So we're in this forward fold with or without your block. Take a half lift, think length in the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, soft bend into the knees as you sweep both arms high. Squeeze the glutes, press the hips forward. Exhale, forward fold. Remember to prioritize length in the fold. Half lift. Plant the hands. This time we'll step the right foot back. I'm going to push my block out of the way. And then the left foot will be somewhat towards the center of the mat, however much space you need here. Drop the right knee, untuck the toes. Feel that energetic pull towards the center, everything hugging towards the midline as you sweep both arms up. Anjaneyasana. Sink the hips towards the left heel, drop the shoulders down the back. Maybe you take your gaze up, breathe in. Exhale, half splits. So shift the hips back, plant the hands under the shoulders, and then begin to tug the left toes towards the face. Reach the heart forward, fold a little deeper. Whew. Pull the left hip crease back. You can use that self-assist we talked about, checking in with the hips. Very good. And then start walking the hands forward. We're going to find the 90-90 here on this side, so nudge that right knee forward. I like to have my toes tucked here. It just feels better for my knee. Left hand to the top of the left thigh, followed by the right. Inhale, both arms out long in front of you. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale, reaches left arm up and towards the left side, back of the room, T-twist. Woo. Take it back to the front. Exhale, so good. Inhale, left arm up and back, T-twist. Gentle with the spine, to the front. Last one, inhale, left arm up and back, T-twist. Now drop the left arm, reach your right arm up and back. Breathe and feel the stretch in the right side body. On the exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the left foot, tuck the right toes, pick up the right knee, left foot steps back. Chaturanga Dandasana, your way. So with or without the knees. Pin those elbows to the sides, and then find your upward facing dog, your cobra, your floating dog, whatever feels good, given the amount of space you have. And then roll over the knees, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Now, if you have a lot of belly and you would prefer to head straight to downward facing dog, by all means. I want to show you one more option for your flow here. We can come high onto the tippy toes, roll it forward to a high plank. Now soft bend into the knees as you lead back with the hips. This is called a spinal roll, and this may give you more space than a traditional Chaturanga Dandasana. So inhale, let's do it one more time. Roll forward, high plank. And then exhale, roll it back. Spinal roll, so good. All right, come high onto the toes, look in between the hands, bend into the knees. Let's walk to the top of your mat. We're gonna take our feet now a little bit wider than hips width distance. Turn the toes out, bring the heels in, grab your block if it's handy, and we're going to slide our hips down this imaginary wall. You may crack and pop, and that's okay. We're heading into a Malasana squat. So take your time to get there. Sometimes it also feels good to wiggle, give yourself some space before you sink into the hips. The block is there if you need it. So if you would like, sink your block underneath the hips and come to a seat. If you do not need the block, great. We're gonna take your hands to heart center. Now you're gonna actively pull both sides of the pelvic floor together. Reach the shoulders down the back, crown extends long, working on getting the hips under you. We're just going to do a couple deep belly breaths. So inhale, feel the belly expand. Exhale, let it go. Good, 2 more, breathe in. Deep into the belly, let it go. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, good job. Plant your hands. Take however many steps you need to take. We're going to meet in a forward fold. Good, grab opposite elbows, roll the hips towards the ceiling. We're not here long. Shake it out left and right. Good, release the grip and slowly roll it up the spine, keeping your chin tucked into your chest. The head and neck will be the last thing to come up. Good, interlace your fingers behind the head. Spread through the elbows, so really reaching the elbows back. Actively press the glutes and hips forward, so really active in the back body as you take a baby back bend here. Inhale. Exhale, put the body on straight, drop the hands down to the side. Good. We're going to do a little bit of balancing before we head into our final resting shapes. So start shifting your weight over to this left leg. I'm going to turn towards the front here just for now. Start shifting your weight over to this left leg and then slide the right foot in to meet the left ankle. Bring your hands to heart center. Now, because our weight is shifting, your balance may be a little off. So we're going to work on that, building all those stabilizer muscles to support you throughout your pregnancy and after. So if you want to stay right here with your right foot down as a kickstand, do so. You go to your depth. Otherwise, you can slide the inside of that foot to the inner left calf, or you can even place it on the inner left thigh. Right knee is opening towards the back of the room. So even here, this is a hip opener. Tuck the tail down towards the heels. Bring your hands to heart center if they're not already there, and then bring the shoulders down the back. So good. Think one long, beautiful, grounded, stabilized tree here. If you're feeling really risky and you want to extend your branches, you have the freedom to do so. If not, just keep them where you like them and feel strong and grounded. Recall that intention of creating space and holding space for baby and for your new body. One more breath in. We're going to start to hug that right knee into the chest, so point it towards the front of the room. Give it a little squeeze, flex through the right foot, and then with control, we're going to step it all the way back into a crescent lunge. So on a crescent lunge, your heel is lifted, your right knee is activated, shoulders are down the back. You've got a bit of a back bend here. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, one more inhale. On the exhale, we're going to open up to warrior two. So your right foot's going to spin flat. Left heel is going to be in line with the middle of the right foot. Shoulders down the back, and then tuck the hips down. Now, typically in a warrior two, I encourage you to take up more space. But actually now I just want you to feel strong and supported here. So don't take up too much space in this warrior two. On the inhale, reach, reach, reach forward. Flip the front palm. Reverse your warrior. Breathe in. On the exhale, we're going to take like an extended side angle, taking your left forearm to the left thigh. Right arm reaches up and over. Pinky finger rotates down towards the mat. And then reverse. Taking a bit of a body vinyasa. So big breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Legs are staying exactly as they are the whole time. One more. Inhale to the back. Exhale, extended side angle. So good. We're going to spin it back up, warrior two, and then turn all your toes to face the same direction. So your left toes and your right toes will be pointing towards each other slightly, a little pigeon-toed. Take your hands to your low back. Gently press the hips forward. On the exhale, we're going to forward fold. I'm going to turn around here. So forward fold any amount. If you have your block, you can place blocks under your hands. I would like you, again, to prioritize length in the spine rather than rounding. However, with our legs further apart, we have more space to fold. So I'm going to plant my hands under my shoulders. I'm going to fold here and then gently rock side to side. Just let that feel good in the hips. If it doesn't feel good, the rocking is optional. While you're here, if you want to walk the hands a little further back, we've got one more breath. Exhale, walk the hands back under the shoulders, soft bend into both knees, and now I want you to turn your toes out, heels in, take your hand to your right thigh, and then to your left. We're gonna sink into this little goddess squat here, just a gentle twist. This one feels really good on the spine, so let the shoulders sneak up to the ears. That's totally fine. We're gonna drop that left shoulder towards the middle, pull the right shoulder back, breathe in, and then exhale, switch it out. Right shoulder in, left shoulder back. Good, one more time to the left. And exhale to the right. Good, come to center. Start to straighten into the legs. And then, let me turn around so I don't get my lefts and rights mixed up. Sweep the arms up. We're gonna turn towards the front edge of your mat, back into that crescent lunge. Bring your hands to heart center, and then step that right foot up to meet the left. Very good. Inhale. Exhale. We've just got one side to do here. So pick up the toes on the right foot. Start shifting your weight over there as you slide the left foot in to meet the right ankle. Dial the left knee out towards the back of the room. And then you decide for your tree on your right leg. Do you want that left foot down? You can slide it up towards the calf or to the inner thigh. Bring your hands into heart center and settle in. Feel nice and strong and stable. Breathe. Exhale. Grow your branches if you would like. Hugging the left foot into the right thigh just as much as you're squeezing that right thigh towards the left foot. Belly button and ribs are pulling up and in. Good, one more breath, you've got it. Now turn your left knee towards the front of the room. Give it a squeeze, flex through that left foot. With control, we'll step it back. Crescent lunge. Beautiful. Breathe in. Exhale, warrior two. So spin that back foot flat. Fix whatever alignment you need to here and pull the hips back under you. Inhale to reach forward. Flip the front palm. Reverse your warrior. One breath in here. On the exhale, take an extended side angle. Reach that left arm up and over. Dial the pinky down. Good. Reverse your warrior. Right arm reaches up and back. Left arm is weightless. To the front. Inhale, right arm up and back. Exhale to the front. Just the body vinyasa. So good. Find your warrior two. And then we'll cartwheel the hands down to frame this right foot. Right foot steps back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Pedal it out. So good. Start to bend into both knees. We'll lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees lower at the same time. Sit your hips back onto your heels. And then I'm going to manually tuck all 10 of my toes because my pinky kind of likes to not tuck sometimes. Just to open and feel the stretch in the backs of the feet. Bring your hands either to heart center or around your belly. Just take 2 cleansing breaths right here. Grab water if you need it. I know that was a lot. We're going to head into a quick stretch / cool down before you finish up your practice. Let it go. So good. All right, go ahead and in any way you need to feel supported, I want you just to roll back so that your hips come to the mat, and then we're going to plant your feet. I'm going to need more space than that, so aim for the middle of your mat, and then you're going to rest back onto your hands. If it feels better to have your hands pointing away, you can do so. I'm going to turn my fingertips towards my heels. Feet are planted a little bit wider than hips width distance, and I'm just going to windshield wiper right and left, feeling that openness in the hips. If you need more space, you can do the same thing here on your forearms, so you decide. Next time you come to center, let's stay there. We're going to collectively kick that left foot towards the ceiling and then cross your left ankle over your right thigh, coming into the seated figure 4. And then scoot that right heel a little closer to you. That's going to deepen the stretch. Also, to deepen the stretch, you can stay up on your hands. Left foot is going to be flexed, activated here, as you energetically draw that left knee away from you. So that should really fire up the outer left hip. Breathe in. Exhale. One more breath. And then slowly unwind. You can windshield wiper left and right a couple times. Loosen up those hips. We'll take it to the other side. If any of these stretches feel particularly good, you can stay in them a little bit longer. If they feel particularly bad, I suggest you don't do it. Kick that right heel up. Cross the ankle over the thigh. And then find your depth. Flexing into that right foot. Maybe add a little bit of a rock if that feels good. You should feel the outer right hip fire up as you're pressing the right knee away from you. Amazing. One more inhale. And exhale, unwind. Good job. Come back up to a seat. We're going to bring the soles of your feet together, Baddha Konasana. So take your hands, take your thumbs to the center of your feet. Give your foot a little massage. We got to release the tension in the feet. And then draw those knees down towards the mat. If it helps to use your arms, you can use your arms. We don't really need to fold here, but if your body is asking you to fold any amount, you can. We're just opening up those hips. 2 more breaths. One more. Amazing job. So to finish off your practice, we are going to come into a fetal position on your right hand side. So this is where you'll grab your blocks, your bolsters, whatever you need. I'm going to turn and face you. Don't skip this part, okay? I'm going to rest my head on my makeshift bolster. You can also put a block in between your legs here if that feels good. The further along you get especially, we want to avoid taking Shavasana on your back if you'll be there for too long. If you get there and that's what feels right and it feels good, you can do so. We just won't stay on your backs for too long. So as you're in this side lying position, I just want you to repeat that intention that we set. You can even take your hand to your belly if you would like. Maybe baby's waking up and you can feel it moving. If you took this class and you're not pregnant, that's great. Just feel the love that you have within you regardless. Say something kind and loving to yourself, noticing that everything that you feel, baby feels as well. So if you are in a state of extreme stress and anxiety, baby can feel all of that. So we want to release anything that's not serving you physically, mentally, spiritually. Tune in. Feel all the love and light within you. You can continue to stay here for as long as your life allows you to do so. But if you are ready to finish off your practice, we're going to use your left hand and start to press into that left hand to pull yourself up to a seated, comfortable position with or without your blocks. Doesn't really matter, just get comfortable. And then reach the crown of your head tall. Feel the length in the back. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, bring your hands into your heart center. You can close down the eyes if they're not already there. Recall that intention that you set. Repeat something kind and loving to yourself. It was my honor to practice with you today. Go in peace, love, and light. Namaste.